The story opens in Russia, where a small family of 3 enjoys a peaceful afternoon by a riverbank. Young Sergei Elyashkov boasts to his older brother and mother about climbing to the top of a tree. Suddenly, the roar of fighter planes cuts through the calm sky. Their mother urges the children to hide in the bushes, but 6-year-old Sergei, fearless, grabs a slingshot and takes aim at the planes. Miraculously, he hits one, causing it to explode. When he looks back, his family is nowhere to be seen. Sergei awakens from the terrifying dream, calling for his mother. A knock at the door startles him. He rushes forward, only to find a neighbor woman frantically entering. She praises fate for keeping him safe, and delivers the heartbreaking news that his mother and brother have been killed. Sergei cannot grasp her words and pleads to stay in the house, hoping his mother will return. The woman insists that the Germans have attacked and urges him to flee immediately. Just then, enemy soldiers appear outside. She shoves Sergei out of the window, but before she can follow, she is shot and killed. Alone and terrified, the 6-year-old watches his neighborhood burn as he runs, calling for his mother in vain. He eventually finds himself deep within the forest, where he cries out, lost and frightened. That night, he shelters in the wilderness. The next morning, while drinking from a river, enemy soldiers approach. Sergei, aware of the danger, hides among the tree roots. A snake slithers nearby, but he remains silent, far more afraid of the soldiers than of the snake. After the soldiers eat and leave, Sergei scavenges their leftovers for sustenance. By evening, hunger and exhaustion take their toll. He has not eaten properly for 2 days and has wandered aimlessly. Weak and limping, he collapses but struggles onward. He finds wild berries and eats them, only to be startled by an explosion nearby. Dizzy and disoriented, he hallucinates someone pursuing him, yet bravely declares he is armed and unafraid. Eventually, he collapses and loses consciousness. 2 soldiers later find him and carry him to a Russian army base. Commander Kuznetsov awaits the return of his patrol. The soldiers explain that the child is on their side. Sergei introduces himself shyly, and the soldiers laugh as he shakes hands with the commander, suggesting he should introduce himself as well. The troops grow fond of the young boy, giving him water and food. Even the stoic commander softens in his care. A nurse named Katya tends to Sergei's injuries and is enchanted by his spirited personality. He asks her to draw a tank on his bandages, explaining that he wants to become a soldier one day. Injured soldiers interact with him, finding their spirits lifted. Sergei becomes fascinated with the commander's gun, asking questions that the commander patiently answers, even letting him handle a deactivated pistol. Proudly, Sergei shows off the tank drawn on his stomach and declares himself a soldier. His recovery is rapid. Nurse Katya suggests he stay with the battalion, but the commander insists it would be too dangerous and plans to send him to an orphanage instead. Despite this, the soldiers devote their free time to Sergei. He receives visits from many throughout the day. One day, a soldier approaches the commander, asking him to allow Sergei to stay with the unit. The troops have grown very fond of the boy and see him as a source of joy amid the hardships of war. Yet, the commander remains firm about sending him to an orphanage for his own safety. The next day, an enemy attack injures many soldiers. A vehicle arrives to take Sergei away. The commander gently explains the situation and gives him a carved wooden pistol as a gift. Sergei hugs him tightly, worried for the commander's safety. Touched by the boy's concern, the commander changes his mind and decides Sergei can remain with the soldiers as his own son. That night, the soldiers excitedly searched for tiny soldier clothes for him. The commander wakes Sergei in the morning and presents the outfit. Wearing it, the boy runs around with pride, looking like a true soldier. Everyone begins calling him their little soldier boy. Suddenly, the enemy launches an airstrike on the base. The soldiers quickly take Sergei to safety while defending their position. Many are wounded, and Sergei wants to help. He brings water to the thirsty soldiers. One, blinded by a bandage, asks him to read a letter from home. Unable to read, Sergei improvises, telling stories about the soldiers' farm animals. When the soldier objects, the others encourage him to continue, laughing. Sergei repeats the process for all the letters, cheering everyone up. Later, Katya and the commander have a quiet conversation, hinting at mutual feelings without confessing. Sergei introduces himself proudly as the battalion's orderly, but soon notices a soldier fallen during the attack. The commander teaches him to honor the fallen by removing his hat. The next day, Sergei requests a mission and is assigned to deliver letters to the troops. He completes the task skillfully, and even encourages some soldiers to dance for him. While exploring near the base with binoculars, Sergei spots movement in a haystack. He rushes back to alert the soldiers. Skeptical at first, they investigate and discover 2 enemy spies hiding there. Sergei is praised for his quick thinking. That evening, the commander shows him adoption papers, officially making Sergei his son. Knowing the commander has feelings for Katya, Sergei attempts to help him confess, only to see her talking to another man and mistakenly believe she is interested in him. The base is attacked again. Sergei assists by bringing ammunition to the front lines, but the soldiers insist he return to the shed for safety. Inside, he finds the commander and others panicking due to a lost phone connection with headquarters. When a soldier fixing the line is fatally injured, Sergei steps in and manages to restore the connection, allowing reinforcements to arrive. The 6-year-old hero saves countless lives. Later, the commander and Katya talk by the river. The commander finally confesses his love and asks her to be Sergei's mother. Before she can answer, a soldier delivers a dispatch order, sending them to a new base. On the journey, they encounter a minefield that destroys some vehicles. The commander is injured, and the orderly Sergei had grown close to dies. Sergei cries and hugs the commander. They carry the wounded and continue to the new base. Upon arrival, they meet the general, who praises Sergei's courage and congratulates the commander for raising such a brave boy. The next day, the division is honored with a ceremonial banner, and Sergei receives his own. He vows to protect his country as he accepts the badge. That night, the base suffers a fierce attack, and the commander becomes trapped. Sergei calls for help and participates in rescuing him. The following day, Sergei tends to the commander's injured hands. Fully integrated into the team, he follows them wherever they go. The story concludes with the regiment marching toward another base. A voice narrates that Sergei even took part in the Stalingrad campaign, reaching Poland with the soldiers. He is now remembered as the world's youngest soldier, his legendary bravery inspiring people everywhere. Sergei's story lives on, not just as a tale of war, but as a testament to the unbreakable spirit of a child who became a hero.